Hi, this is Alex from XIV.com talking to you from Gamescom, and today we have the pleasure of speaking with producer and developer of Final Fantasy Realm Reborn, Naoki Yoshida. Thank you for talking to us.
So first of all, the issues we had with the original Final Fantasy XIV, if I start listing up all the individual issues, it's going to be endless, but there are mainly two areas. The first one was the lack of gaming experience. Even you wanted to enjoy the contents, there wasn't enough contents to enjoy. And then the second one is because it's an online game, server structure is very, very important, but that was another issue that we were facing. Because of the server structure, players couldn't play even if they wanted to. So not enough contents to play and not being able to play. Those were the two main issues. To solve these two issues, first of all, we rebuilt the whole server structure from zero, from scratch, and we also coded everything from scratch as well. For an MMO game, the server structure is the most important part. Some people sort of even call it as the planet itself to enjoy the MMO game. So that's something that we really focused on and re-established the whole server structure. And at the same time, to enjoy the stress-free gaming experience, we made sure the game system was made so players can play from different servers. So we implemented the duty finder system, so you can different players from different servers can join the party and enjoy the game with a stress-free environment. Also, because it's an FF series, we made sure as long as you follow the storyline, you will naturally enjoy the gaming contents. That's how we redesigned the whole gaming experience as well. So those are the ways we address the two main areas. So if we start from the alpha test and up to the last week's final beta phase, we had about 8 months to communicate with our users and gain their feedback and try to gain their trust. And if we see the beta 3 stage, we actually implemented about 900 issues that we got the feedback from the players. So we're definitely regaining trust from our core players. And then we had the final beta stage. Player character data will be transferred for the current beta, the actual game when it's launched. So the second thing we're trying to do is to gradually implement more and more players. So we have the open beta, we have early access, and then we have the gaming launch. What we want to avoid is to have everyone jumping in at the same time and starting from level 0. That's something that we want to avoid. So we're shifting the amount of players joining the game to stagger the amount of players joining the game. So those are the two areas. Gaining trust from our community, that's something I believe we have definitely achieving, and we are getting a lot of warm messages from our players. So that's one thing we're focusing on. And secondly, we're making sure we start having a different amount of players joining at the different stages. And to make sure, well, it all depends on how many players we get in the end. So we're trying to make sure it's going to be as smooth as possible. I think there's a huge difference between the different types of community. Those players who started playing MMO from 11 period and then tried out different worldwide different titles from other MMO companies. Those are one group, and then there's another group, a very young audience, maybe who just graduated and it's the first time enjoying the MMO. The expectation, these two groups have a totally different, and especially those younger group, they have mobile phones and they can play games whenever they want to. And for them, the MMO that you have to connect to the server and needing to make sure you're always connected to the server to experience the game, it could be something that they're not expecting. And also, like only having the exciting gaming experience after you logged in, maybe after 40 minutes or 1 hour, 2 hours, might be too late for them. They expect an interesting, exciting experience straight away. While the other group who knows FF11 or other MMOs, for them it might be normal that once you log in, you have to find a party and then join the game and trying out different contents. It could take time. So different groups have a different expectations. So I think there's a huge gap between community at the moment. So for ARR, I believe I made it so both audience can enjoy. We implemented a system called Duty Finder, so you can find your party members very easily and enjoy the party gaming contents casually. But at the same time, when you go to the end contents and when you have to try out the raid dungeon, you will have to find your party members from the same server and make sure you have all the different skill sets ready. So those are more for the traditional MMO fans, what they expect and what they will enjoy. So I made sure we are covering both community. I believe the storyline and the graphics, I'm really proud of these two, and I think it's well top class in these two areas. From the storyline point of view, to satisfy all the Final Fantasy fans who are used to playing the console games, I think this is really just as good or even better of any other Final Fantasy titles. You can expect a deep storyline and lots of high quality cutscenes. The player itself can become the warriors of light, and it's really exciting storyline is ready for you. So I don't think any other MMOs are featuring each individual character as much as 14 ARRs, so that's something that I really want the players to look forward to. Secondly, from the graphics point of view, it works on PS3 and also Quad 2 Duo with this kind of quality. I think that's really incredible as well. Yes, absolutely. We will be releasing the PS4 version in 2014. Of course, PS4 platform will be cross-platform as well, so you can play with other platform players. And you don't have to wait for the PS4 version to come out. If you're playing with it on the PS3 version, we are finding a way for you to upgrade to the PS4 version. That's something that we're currently talking to Sony, how we're going to make that happen, but that's something that we're really making sure this will happen.